make sure this is.
We tried everything. Like, Charlie still started.
Okay. Can you see that good on there? I don't want to stay up that high. There we go. Okay. Hi, Miss Debbie. I'm going to go ahead and find out if y'all can hear me good and everything and make sure everything's set up right before we get started. Okay, that looks good. All right. How is everybody this morning? Hi, Sam. Hi, Bubba. Bubba's right here beside me. You can say good morning
Good morning.
with your deep voice. We're still getting a few things set up here as everybody's coming in. And Sam, thank you so much for sending me the audio deals and stuff. I have been able to listen to them. I just have not been able to get back yet. We started getting in a bad spot where signal was bad, and I wasn't able to message you back at that moment. And then my mind is just gone right now, so it's kind of slipping. And that light, I need to turn that off, but then I'm afraid I won't be able to see. Let's see if that makes it any better. Let's see how bad I'm. Yeah, that's better. Okay, good deal. I'll just have to strain my eyes. If y'all will, please smash that like and share this out. I would appreciate it. I need this gone out of my way. There we go. That's better. Make sure y'all have your coffee because this one is a doozy. Um, but as always, we are going to start with the prayer list and our prayer. Hi, Miss Vodka Vamp. That's fine. Um, I appreciate you even being able to stop in, Vodka, and we're still praying for you and your mama and your whole family. Can everybody see the screen good? Done had my bagel. Hi, Joanne. Well, me and Bubba have our coffee. Hi, Kim. Why are you not a mod on here, Kim? Hold on. Okay. There you go. When I took all my mods off, if you haven't been in the chat in just a little bit, I still haven't been able to make you a mod yet. Yeah, it's because I went and made your Grams a mod. I got Bubba here with me. He's my sidekick for the day. He loves helping me research this stuff. And so the Greg Nail on there, that's my brother's account, but it's actually my nephew, James. Bubba. Ooh la la. Hi, Sandra. Sandra. All right, so I'm going to let a few more people get in here and then we will get started. Your Graham said, "Good morning, Peanut." He's sitting here all shy and embarrassed. And for everybody that didn't see, you're welcome, Joyanne. Thank you for always being here and for your amazing support. Bubba graduated 8th grade this year, so he's on his way to high school. Thank you, Debbie. We have got a big case today to go over, and this one was shocking for even me. And I have researched thousands and thousands of cases, and you can ask Bubba, I have packets and packets and packets of stuff we printed off where we've researched and stuff of all the cases we're going to be doing. And this one, I think it, it it got me. It really got me. Well, I hope it's his favorite time in high school too. He's going to be playing football and all that other stuff. So, hi, ET. Y'all, please make sure you smash that like and share this out. And make sure you have your coffee or your Coke or your soda or your pop or however you say it, or your alcoholic beverage for those that are overseas and it's not time for you. Um, Make sure you have you something to drink and a snack if you want, because once we get started on this one, it's going to be crazy. Diet Coke. I have my coffee and my Diet Dr. Pepper because y'all know my Diet Dr. Pepper is my other coffee. And Bubba has decaf coffee. But Bubba is going to be part of me and Cody's true crime bit, and he is going to be on some of the podcasts with us. We're also setting these podcasts up on Spotify. Um, so that way there's more places for people to listen to them. And I also have another deal that we're going to discuss at the end of it about our new schedule that we're going to be keeping. Hi, Gary. So make sure you hang around till the end of it. Um, hi, Bud Files. So YouTube gives us 10 free, um, what is it called? Members gifts that we can give out. Um, and so I set it up to where I could give them out. Well, once I started giving them out, it just gave them to random people. It didn't let me pick who to give them to. I wanted to give them to people that had been here all the time and everything, and the ones that I know are here supporting all the time. But it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me choose them. Um, so some of you may see that you have a random uh, membership, and that is a free membership for. And I'm glad it picked you, Sam, because you are always here and you're such a blessing to us. So I am glad that it picked you. Some of them I wasn't sure who they were. So if you got one, thank you for watching our channel. Even if it's in the background, YouTube knows that, and so they gave you a membership. So I hope you enjoy the perks from being a member and hope you stick around as a member. If you would like to become a member, I did change them up a little bit. So some of you are part of the true crime, some of you are part of the paranormal, and some of you are part of the serial killers. So I did change the titles and stuff like that. So you're going to see a lot of new things and different things on our channel to come. So right now, I know Bubba had me add his grandma to the prayer list. And so Kim Lemons is on here. It's her mother-in-law, her husband's mom. And she is the sweetest lady you'll ever meet. And she's one of the nicest people. So please keep her in your prayers. What is the serial killer? I'm not sure which one it is on there. It should be on the titles of the when you see the perk level, it should say the title, but I'm not sure exactly which one it was. Um, so we do have Darlene on the list. That is Kim's mother-in-law. Please keep her in your prayers and keep the whole family in your prayers right now. Um, we have, please keep me and Cody in your prayers as always. Our oldest daughter, Victoria. And of course, keep Layne and Scott and Danny in your prayers as well. They're doing good, but never hurts to have prayers. Keep my mom and dad in your prayers. They're needing to get their AC fixed in their van, so please keep that prayer going because they had somebody work on it and it still would not work. So yeah, Kim, it's on here. It's if you go to the dollar sign, it says has a deal that says become a member. I think I don't know. It's somewhere on there. Um, let's see. For April, please pray for her mom and her dad, and keep her in your prayers too, because I think she's still sick or coming down from being sick. Um, for Shayna and Danny, for Melissa and Patrick and their family, for Steph Lane, please keep her in your prayers. For Debbie McWaters and her family. For Kimberly Adair's brother, and also Kimberly Adair, she's been sick too. For Jen, from Eddie and Jen, she's having some issues with her ovary again and going to have to go in and have another biopsy done. For Sam's Pretty Paranormal, keep her in your prayers. I'm not sure if you already went for your CT, but we're praying for good outcome on that. For Sandra's dad, Andre. For um, Ghost Mafia's family and friends, continue to keep them in your prayers. For Aaliyah, um, our beautiful niece, Charmaine's daughter, she's been having a lot of seizures and stuff. Keep her in your prayers. For Vodka Vamp and her mom and her entire family. I know they've been going through a lot, and Vodka definitely uh, needs them. ET will definitely keep y'all in our prayers. I keep all of you in our prayers anyway, but I I definitely I've been praying a lot, a lot, and it's definitely been helping. So prayer, it doesn't hurt to pray. And one person praying is good. A bunch of people praying is even better. So I have gotten my CT. I haven't got the results, but keeping positive. Okay, that's how you do it, Sam. So everyone, please continue to keep Sam in your prayers that she has a good outcome and that the results are positive. You have nothing to apologize about, Vodka. I can't be around as much as I was either. Everybody's going through their own things right now, and no one needs to apologize for not being able to be here. Your family always comes first, no matter what. And I know we're all family here. We say we're family, but your immediate family and the people that you're around every day, they absolutely come first. So do not apologize for that at all. So let's go ahead and say our prayer this morning. Hi, Lynn and handsome Seth. Dear Heavenly Father, please hear our prayers for the sick members in our community and for all those in need. You know what those needs are. Show your mercy as you close wounds, cure illness, and make broken souls whole again. Thank you for the amazing people in this community who are constantly battling for those around them. Thank you for the people you have put in our path. We want to thank you for all that you do and all that you are. In your name, amen. I also want to give a few shout outs to some people who have definitely um, been helping us out, whether it be through our GoFundMe or PayPal or just um, mentally. Mentally, you got to have that support too. So we want to thank the Still One, Rich, Cheryl Courage and Buck, and Nephew, Teresa Lemons, Keith Grace, Debbie McWaters, George, Sam, Wendy, Sean, Joyanne, Vodka Vamp, Everyday Treasure and Sandra, Karen Wright, Shayna and Danny, Player, and I don't have my other list, so if I left anybody out, I apologize, and I did not do it on purpose. But yeah. Also, Patrick's birthday was yesterday, so Paranormal Patrick's, happy birthday to you. I hope you had a great day. Um, Also, we got Mitzi coming up on the 22nd. Her birthday's coming up, so happy birthday, Mitzi. And Jan is on the 26th, so happy birthday, Jan. Tomorrow is also my Uncle William's heavenly birthday and my cousin Ashley, so happy birthday to them as well. All right, so I have a new schedule coming out of all things What the Paranormal. And it's going to be a task for me to take on, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make myself accountable, and I'm going to try to hold on to this schedule. As much as it's going to probably be a lot, I'm still going to try to keep up with the schedule. So, Para Games also starting July something. July 6th, maybe? Anyway, no partners on the Para Games. We're going to start back over with Omar's challenge and go from there. When you guys get a minute after the stream, can you support my new shorts showing off my new artwork, please? And thank you, family. Yes, we can. Yes, we can, Lynn. Hi, Rochelle. How are you? I still haven't got a chance to watch your video from the other night, Rochelle, but I have been hearing all kinds of stuff. People sending it to me left and right saying, you need to watch this. So I'm definitely going to watch it. I just haven't had a minute yet. So, how many Canada peeps do we have up in here today? I know we have Debbie. Sandra's usually in here. But how many from Canada? Vodka. Sandra is on vacation. Okay. Well, I have not been around much, so I don't know who's where, when, what, how. But Debbie keeps me in line with everything. Debbie, and last week I think I really butchered her name and Jenny's name. I put them all together for some unknown reason, but Debbie McWaters is a new admin on our channel. She is a behind the scenes and very upfront person on our channel and does a lot for us. So um, it's hard to do this, but when you don't have any help at all, it's really hard. So Debbie definitely helps me out a lot more than y'all even know. Well, some of you probably know because she probably does the same thing for y'all. But I definitely made her a admin on my channel because she deserves some credit for all the stuff that she does. So thank you, Debbie. And last week I think I was calling her Debbie McGinnis, and that's Jenny's last name because Jenny is an admin on our channel as well. And I kept getting it all kinds of mixed up. All right, so let's dive right in. So as you can see at the top, viewer discretion is advised. The pictures, video, and storyline may be too much for some viewers. Some of this was too much for me. And yes, Lynn, do you have the link handy? And you can share it on here if you want to. That way people can save it. And then whenever we send people to it, then maybe I can get somebody to post the link back up. All right. So today we are going to be talking about a Canadian serial killer and a very, 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 very bad one. So we're going to be talking about Robert William Pickton, also known as the Pig Farm Killer or the Butcher, was a Canadian serial killer and pig farmer. After dropping out of school, he left a butcher's apprenticeship to begin working full-time at his family farm, and he inherited in the early 1900s. Between 1995 and 2001, Pickton is believed to have murdered at least 26 women, many of them sex workers from Vancouver downtown Eastside. Pickton would confess to 49 murders to an undercover officer. This officer said, "Wire me up, put me in as a prisoner, and I will go in and talk to him and see what I can get him to say." Um, so Pickton confessed to 49 of the murders, but he stated, uh, "I wanted to make it an even 50, but thought he was caught because he got sloppy." He wanted to make it an even 50. He also went on to say, they got 48 on the list. The list has only got half the people in there. So in 2007, he was convicted on 6 counts of second-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole for 25 years, the longest possible sentence for second-degree murder under Canadian law at the time. We're going to go into all the reasons why he only got second-degree murder here in a few. So we're going to start off with, this is just, the people were angry. Let's just say this. People were very angry. So Robert Pickton was born October 24th, 1949 to Leonard Francis Pickton and Louis Helene Arnold, a family pig farmer in British Columbia. Pickton's older sister, Linda Louise Wright, was sent off to live with relatives in Vancouver as the parents thought that the family farm would not be an appropriate setting to raise a young girl. Robert and his younger brother, David Francis Pickton, began working at the farm at an early age, and their mother was very demanding, prioritized pigs over the brothers' personal hygiene, forcing them to work long hours and raising them in farm livestock. Louise often sent the brothers to school in unwashed clothes, reeking of manure and earning them the nickname Stinky Piggy from their classmates. Robert was strongly attached to her, though, and rarely interacted with his abusive father. He struggled in school, being put in special education after failing grade 2. At the age of 12, he began raising a calf. Which was a prize calf, and it became his beloved pet. He absolutely loved the pet and would take care of it every day. And he came home from school one day after not finding it, and he was told by his parents to go check the barn, and he found the calf slaughtered. The parents slaughtered it just to make him go find it. Pickton dropped out of school in 1963 and began working as a meat cutter. He continued to do so for nearly 7 years before leaving work full-time to work full-time at the farm. In 1978 and 1979, the parents died and the siblings inherited the pig farm, selling parts for $5.16 million. Worker Bill Hiscock called the family farm creepy, patrolled by a 600-pound boar, and described Pickton as a pretty quiet guy, hard to strike up a conversation with, whose occasional bizarre behavior, despite no evidence of substance abuse, would draw attention. Yeah, it was definitely crazy mean of them. They were horrible, horrible parents. Hello to anyone that's coming in, and I'm not able to say hi right off the bat, but I will catch you after I read the story. So on March 23rd, 1997, Picton was charged with the attempted murder of sex worker Wendy Lynn Eastetter, whom he stabbed several times during an altercation at the farm. She told police that he handcuffed her and then she had escaped after suffering several lacerations. She told them she had disarmed him and stabbed him with his own weapon. She sought treatment at Eagle Ridge Hospital while he sought treatment at Eagle Ridge Hospital while Eastetter recovered at a nearby emergency room. Picton was released on a $2,000 bond, and the attempted murder charge against him was stayed away on January 27, 1998, because Eastetter had drug addiction issues, and prosecutors believed her to be too unstable in her testimony to help secure a conviction. David was convicted of sexual assault in 1992, being fined $1,000 and given 30 days probation. Sexual assault, and he was given a fine and put on probation for 30 days. In that case, the victim told police that David had attacked her in his trailer at the pig farm, but she managed to escape. Robert had been sued 3 times for traffic offenses in 1988 and 1991, settling all 3 in claims court. So a lot of people took up the matters into their own hand, and they started putting up these beware signs with his brother's picture on it, David's picture on it. That way everybody knew what kind of person he was. All right. The Picton brothers were eventually sued by I can't say this right, and I know I can't say this right, Coquitlam officials for violating zoning ordinances, neglecting the agriculture for which it had been zoned, and having altered a large farm building onto the land for the purpose of holding dances and raves and parties and stuff like that. They named this place the Piggy Palace. And they would hold all kinds of raves and dances and other recreations on it, if y'all know what I mean. They had begun to neglect the site's farming operations and registered a non-profit charity called the Piggy Palace Good Time Society. And they said that you could organize, coordinate, manage, and operate special events, functions, dances, shows, exhibitions on behalf of service organizations, sports organizations, and other worthy groups. Its events included raves and, of course, the wild parties, featuring Vancouver sex workers and gatherings in the converted slaughterhouse on the farm. These events attracted as many as 2,000 people, and members of the Hells Angels were also known to frequent the farm. Subsequently, the Picton brothers ignored growing legal pressures and held a 1998 New Year's Eve party, after which they were faced with an injunction banning future parties. The police were authorized to arrest and remove any person attending future events on the farm. The nonprofit status was removed the following year for inability to produce financial statements. It was also disbanded. On February 6, 2002, police issued a search warrant for illegal firearms at the Picton property. Both Picton brothers were arrested, and police obtained a second warrant using what they had seen on the property to search the farm as part of the BC Missing Women's investigation. Personal items belonging to missing women were found at the farm, which was sealed off by members of the Joint Vancouver Police Department Task Force. The following day, Picton was charged with weapons offense. Both Pictons were later released, and Robert was kept under police surveillance. Now, this is some of the items that they found: purses and bags and all that. They would find IDs, medication bottles, address books and stuff like that belonged to some of the people that were on their list that were missing. On February 22nd, Robert Pickton was arrested again and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of Serena Abotsway and Mona Wilson. On April 2nd, 3 more charges were added for the murders of Jacqueline McDonald, Diane Rock, and Heather Bottleray. A 6th for the murder of Andrea Josbury was laid on April 9th, followed shortly by a 7th for Brenda Wolfe. On September 20th, 4 more were added for Georgia Papin, Patricia Johnson, Helen Hallmark, and Jennifer Firminger. Another 4 for Heather Chinnock, Tanya Hulk, Sherry Irvin, and Inga Hall were laid out on October 3rd. On May 26, 12 more came for Kara Ellis, Andrea Borhaven, Deborah Lynn Jones, Marnie Frey, Tiffany Drew, Carrie Koski, Sarah DeVries, Cynthia Felix, Angela Jordan, Wendy Crawford, Diana Melnick, and Jane Doe, bringing the total to 27. Excavation started on the farm through November 2003. The cost of the investigation is estimated to have been $70 million by the end of 2003. According to the provincial government, the property was fenced under lien by the Crown in right of British Columbia and remained so as of 2023. So all these buildings and every piece of dirt was gone through. They had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of law enforcement officers, volunteers, all on this land, excavating it and digging it up. They would walk miles of the land in groups, and they even brought in a dirt separator that would separate anything from the dirt. They worked endless amounts of hours. I'm going to show you this again. Okay. So during the early days of the excavations, forensic anthropologists brought in heavy equipment, flat conveyor belts, soil sifters, to find traces of human remains. On March 10, 2004, the government revealed that Pickton may have ground up human flesh and mixed it with pork that he sold to the public. The province's health authority later issued a warning. Another claim was made that he fed the bodies directly to the pigs. In 2003, a preliminary hearing was held, and the clothes and rubber boots that Pickton had been wearing during the Eaststetter assault were seized by the police from an RCMP storage locker. You can go ahead and go out, babe. In 2004, lab testing showed that the DNA of 2 women, Borhaven and Ellis, were on these items. So they found so much evidence. He wasn't a very good serial killer because he kept everything. Why would you keep all the stuff? Well, his place was a pigsty anyway. No pun intended. But why would you keep all this evidence? Because you're not very bright, apparently. Pickton's trial began on January 30th, 2006 in New Westminster. I can't talk today, y'all. I'm sorry. Pickton pleaded not guilty to the 27 charges of first-degree murder in the Supreme Court of British Columbia. The voir dire phase of the trial took most of the year to determine what evidence might be admitted before the jury. Reporters were not allowed to disclose any of the material presented in the argument. On March 17th, one of the counts was rejected by Justice James Williams for the lack of evidence. On August 9th, Justin Williams severed the charges, splitting them into one group of 6 counts and another 20. So instead of charging him for all 27 that they knew of, that they found proof of, they blocked off 6 of them and were going to charge him with that, and then they added the other 20 after the fact. So the initial date for the trial proceeded on the group of 6 counts. The remaining 20 were stayed on August 4, 2010 because of the publication ban. Full details on the decision were not made publicly available, but Justice Williams explained that trying all 26 charges at once would put an unreasonable burden on the jury, and the trial could have lasted up to 2 years. It would have also have increased the possibility of a mistrial, which I do understand that. Hi, Beans and Taters. How are you? So I do understand that, but can you imagine being that family member that they said, okay, we're not going to charge him for what he did to your family member, but we're going to charge him for what he did to these people, and you're just going to have to deal. So, let me get back over here where I need to be. Okay, so these are the 6 women he was getting charged with. Okay, the initial date for the jury trial on the first 6 counts was January 8, 2007, but it was postponed on January 22nd. On that date, Picton faced first-degree murder charges in the deaths of Frey, Abotsway, Papin, Joesbury, Wolf, and Wilson. The media ban was eventually lifted, and the details of what was found during the investigation was publicly released. Okay, so this part, hi Jen, good morning. So this part, there's a couple of parts that I'm not going to like, I'm not going to say, I'm going to say them, but there's a couple of them that I'm going to have to change some stuff up. So during Picton's trial, the lab staff testified that about 80 unidentified DNA profiles, roughly half male and half female, had been detected on evidence. So this one was a loaded .22 revolver. I cannot talk. Why can't I talk? Hi, Andre, because I'm going too fast. I need to slow my mouth down and let my brain catch up. So this one's really gross. So a loaded .22 revolver with a I'm just gonna say sex toy. Well, I mean, it's not going to be any different than saying that. So it was a loaded .22 revolver with a dildo over the barrel, and 1 round was fired. Boxes of .357 Magnum handgun ammunition, night vision goggles, 2 pair of fox fur-lined handcuffs, a syringe with 3 milliliters of blue liquid inside, and Spanish fly aphrodisiac was also found inside Picton's trailer. In a videotape recording played for the jury, Picton claimed to have attached the adult toy to his weapon as a makeshift silencer. This explanation was impractical at best, as revolvers are near impossible to silence in this manner. So you all can just imagine what he did with that. And that is horrifying. That is horrific. It is disgusting. Yeah, that's so gross. So they also found a videotape of Picton's friend Scott Chubb saying Picton had told him a good way to kill a female heroin addict was to inject her with windshield washer fluid. A second tape was played for Picton in which an associate named Andrew Bellwood said Picton mentioned killing sex workers by handcuffing and strangling them, then bleeding and gutting them before feeding them to the pigs. Photos of the contents. This is, yeah. Photos of the contents of a garbage bag found in Picton slaughterhouse, which held some of the remains of victim Mona Wilson. On December 9, 2007, the jury found Picton not guilty on 6 counts of first-degree murder, but he was found guilty on 6 counts of second-degree murder. Can you believe that? What? I don't know. I don't understand that. On December 11, 2007, after reading 18 victim impact statements, the British Columbia Supreme Court Judge Justice James Williams sentenced Picton to life with no possibility of parole for 25 years, the maximum punishment for second-degree murder, and equal to the sentence which would have been imposed for the first-degree murder conviction, stating Mr. Picton's conduct was murderous and repeatedly so. I cannot know the details, but I know this. What happened to them was senseless and despicable. So they know of 27. They know definitely of 27 women. And they also, he was implicated in the deaths, but not charged with the murders of 3 other women, Marianne Clark, Yvonne Bowen, and Dawn Cray. But he was not charged with those 3. After Picton was arrested, witness Layne Ellingson came forward to authorities claiming to have seen Picton skinning a woman hanging from a meat hook years earlier, and claimed she had not told anyone about it out of fear of losing her life. However, Ellingson admitted she also blackmailed Picton about the incident on more than one occasion. She was a druggie. She was a sex worker. She was a sadistic person because she saw him doing this, and she was his roommate and didn't turn an eye as long as she was still getting her drugs from him. See, the victim's children filed a civil lawsuit in May 2013 against the Vancouver Police Department, and that's that right there, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and the Crown for failing to protect the victims. They reached a settlement in March 2014, and each child was compensated $50,000 in 2023 with admission of liability. So the kids did get something out of it, but so he went through appeal after appeal. He went through a Crown appeal. He went through defense appeal. He went to the Supreme Court appeal and was denied on all of them. Thank the Lord. But, you know, all these women were missing. They were coming up missing, but because they were on the east side, and this place was known for prostitutes, it was known for drug use, it was known for, like, the vagrants. So these people were not, they didn't mean nothing to this place, you know. They were just pretty much the trash of the town, so they weren't taking a second look. But oh, that right there is that woman. The one who said that she saw it. Okay, so Chief of Police Doug Lepard, at a press conference, he apologized to the victims' families, saying, I wish that the several agencies involved that we could have done better in so many ways, and I wish that more lives would have been saved. So on behalf of the Vancouver Police, behalf of myself and behalf of the Vancouver Police Department and all the men and women that worked on this investigation, I would say to the families how sorry we are for your losses, and because we did not catch this monster sooner. And they didn't. They did not care. You know, the only reason why they caught him is because the females' things were found when they were doing a drug charge. He had been accused of attacking a woman in his trailer, and they did nothing. The other brother was accused of attacking a woman in his trailer. They did nothing. Exactly, Joyanne. They were somebody's kid, friend, or family member. A lot of these women had kids. And some of these women weren't even sex workers. Some of these women thought they were just going to a party or to have fun. He would entice them with the thought of alcohol, with drugs, all this, with money. And then he would take them back to his place and have sex with them. And then he would murder them and then gut them like an animal. And then that's it. He didn't care. And the sad thing about it is this is not that far back there, like this is it's crazy, and stuff like this still happens. Um, so during a court hearing on August 4, 2010, Judge Williams stated that Picton should be committed to a federal penitentiary. Up to that point, he had been held at a provincial pretrial institution. In June 2018, he was transferred from Kent Institution in British Columbia to Port Cartier Institution in Quebec. In February 2024, Picton would have become eligible to apply for day parole, but no parole board in Canada hearing was scheduled. So on May 19th, 2024, Picton was attacked by another prisoner at the Port Cartier Institution in Quebec. The prisoner, Martin Charest, described as having a history of assaulting other prisoners, speared Picton in the head with a broken broom-like handle. Picton was airlifted to a hospital and put on life support. He died at a hospital in Quebec City from complications of the attack on May 31st. So last month, a couple of weeks ago, this man was killed by another prisoner. And I can't say that makes me sad. I know you shouldn't think that way. And me and Debbie were talking about that earlier, and she was saying the same thing. You shouldn't think that way, but it definitely doesn't bring any tears to the eye. It breaks my heart for all the women that he tortured and killed, and all the families out there that are lost because of that. So lawyers have been trying to link the killer Picton to the Hells Angels. But this lawyer's ideas and accusations and all that were later dismissed by court members, and they said that the Hells Angels had nothing to do with any of this. So go with that with what you will. Also, before Picton died, he wrote a book while he was in prison. It was smuggled out of the prison, published under a pseudonym, and then put on Amazon and everywhere else for sale. Once all the people were outraged, like the families were outraged, everything else. Bubba, will you shut that, please? And then Amazon was like, whoa, we didn't know. Maybe you start checking into your stuff better. Amazon immediately took the book down and was not going to put it back up. So a lot of shows and movies and everything else have been depicted from this guy. Criminal Minds had a couple of episodes that were like that. Killer Picton was a 2005 American horror film, and it was loosely based on his killings. The Da Vinci Inquest, they had major plot lines from this. Let's see. A lot of people have tried to do different documentaries about it. I know I've seen several. Let's see. The Pig Farm was released in 2011. It's a documentary. In 2016, Picton, in his own words, was released. And of course, that all those were taken down on the farm. Now, this one really got me. This one disgusted me, and I hope this group got took down. But in 2024, the comedy troupe Danger Cats was selling T-shirts online with the caricature, I can't talk, caricature, blah, 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 of Picton, headlined with Picton Farms. Under the caricature was a tagline that said, "Over 50 flavors of hookery smoked bacon." Can you believe that? That is absolutely disgusting. Um, the British, let's see, Columbia expressed outrage. All I can say is how deeply disappointed I am by the idea that lives of vulnerable women could be trivialized like this. So the upcoming shows Danger Cat were canceled and the shirt was removed from their online store. Thank goodness. I could, when I read that, I was just like, are you serious? Like, does someone even thinks that that's funny? Why? That's horrible. Like, why would you do that? So there is so much that this man has done. Um, and he's just absolutely disgusting. But could you imagine being a family member and anyone who bought meat around that time and that you get a public warning? Yes, I'm scrolling back through the pictures. I got to get back to my coffee pick. Could you imagine? That would be horrifying to know that somebody may have possibly mixed in human remains into the meat. And that makes it even scarier, knowing that it's even possible. I know that they had a rough upbringing, but so many people do. So many people have a horrible upbringing, and they don't do this. He was just sadistic. And it kind of almost, you know, we hear a lot about um, how rough these children had it, that some of the serial killers, how rough their childhood was. But does anybody ever think that maybe these kids were that crazy when they were younger and maybe that's why they were treated that way? Or, you know, I'm not trying to say that to be mean, and I'm not trying to take anybody's right to say they were mistreated as a child. Oh, I'm so sorry, ET. Hey, you know, when you come here, it says viewer discretion advised. That should mean don't be eating nothing. But could you imagine, like, what if they are just that crazy from childhood? I mean, we're seeing earlier and earlier kids that are stabbing classmates and hurting classmates and killing animals and stuff like that. But I also read somewhere that his mother, apparently one of the boys had gotten into one of the vehicles and was driving, and he hit a young boy. And the mother took the body and threw it into their pond. Now, this is just speculation. I don't know if any of that's true or not, but it's just, that is very true, Jan. Some people do enjoy being evil regardless of circumstances, because you have people that were raised like with all kinds of money, didn't have a worry in their life, and then they turn out to be serial killers or just murderers or just downright nasty people. I couldn't believe when I started going into this and started doing a lot of the research just how disgusting he was. And the people around him, because they were on drugs and they needed him for their drug deals, or they needed them to support their habits, that they let all this go on. If I walked in and saw somebody dressing out a person like they would dress out a deer, my My thought is not going to be, are you going to be able to give me some more drugs? No. But some of these people are so far gone on drugs that it don't matter. And what really pisses me off is the fact that these people were not accounted for. The women that were missing, there was even some men that were missing, and they did find male DNA there. So there's no telling how many people he actually killed, because he said they have 49 people. That's not even half. So that makes me wonder how many were actually fed to the pigs, because they found some DNA, but they didn't find any of the bodies of these people, right? How many were actually fed to his pigs? Pigs will eat anything. Exactly. Yeah. It's gross. It's Oh, I can imagine, Debbie. And that you were how far from this place, Debbie? Like 30 minutes or so? And it's so I've read deep accounts from people that were not very far from it, and they said that it was horrifying. One, just having all the women going up missing, but then to find out all this was happening right at your back door, and that could have been you at any moment. I don't understand how that many people can come up missing without anyone taking notice. I don't care if they're drug dealers or prostitutes or whatever. They're people and they're missing. That's your job. I could never work in like law enforcement or government or anything like that because my mouth will get me in so much trouble. But since how this is my YouTube channel, I can say what I want. And they dropped the ball. They are to blame for a lot of them women. They are just as guilty. So does anybody else, like, do y'all have any input on this? I know everybody thinks he's disgusting, but um, I also think the brother should have went to prison because he knew. There's no way he didn't know. Oh, okay. Oh, I know you definitely would, Jen. Me and you both will get fired the first day. He lived there. He lived on that land. He lived there. So how do you not know? And I'm pretty sure I've seen a SUV case from the, because I love SUV. What is it? SVU. Sorry, not SVU. I love that show. Olivia is my favorite character, always will be. But I'm pretty sure I've seen an episode on there of two brothers that were serial killers, but the sister knew about it, but she didn't live with them. So I'm pretty sure that that was kind of based on that too, which a lot of these are. They have to come up with ideas and they just go back and look. But I really feel like the brother should have been put away as well. For one, he was already committing sexual acts and um, hurting women, so he's probably doing the same thing. What? Mm-hmm. You got 2 hammers. Hmm. What? Oh. Um, it's more sad that they even exist to be able to do this, but then being allowed to carry on for that amount of time, that's wrong. Exactly. He got away with saying he didn't know. I think he not only lived there, I think he participated too. There's no way he didn't. There is no way he didn't. And that makes me so angry that, for one, he shouldn't have got. I know that second degree was, he still got the same amount of time that he would have at first degree, but that just demeans the family. It demeans the women that he killed. And it just kind of makes the families think that they didn't mean anything. And that's why he targeted the victims he did, because he knew that they would not be missed quickly. Let's just put it that. They wouldn't be missed quickly because they were probably known for not reaching out to their families for a while or anything else. And so he took advantage of that group of people. I don't think they do, Joyanne, because I think they said that was the highest possible. Do they have the death penalty there, Debbie? I know a lot of states did away with the death penalty. Texas still has it. I don't think Texas will ever get rid of it. But honestly, I get so aggravated. Me and my dad and Cody were talking about this the other day about all these people that live on death row. We were watching a show about it, and they have TVs in their rooms. They have gaming systems in their rooms. They have animals that they get to adopt in their rooms. They have an hour a day that they can go out and work out in the gym. They have, they have more than we do. Yes, I have my coffee, Andre. I've already had a little bit too much, I think. No, they don't have the death penalty. But these people are living probably their best life on our tax money. Yes, Joyanne. I think, and this is what I said to my dad, and there's only one problem with it that I have found, and that's only because too many people are falsely accused of stuff. I do get that. But if you can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that all the evidence is there, especially if they plead guilty, take them right out that courtroom, right into the place where they're supposed to die. Don't let them live for years. And some of them have been in there for like 24, 25 years, living their best life, getting 3 meals a day, getting TV, getting gaming systems. They have headphones, they have animals, they have all this stuff in their rooms. Plus, their rooms are bigger than the people that are not on death row. If you can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, take them right out the room and right into another room and get it over with. And just be done with it. But there lies the problem is some people are falsely accused and some people have gone to prison for deals they have not been able to, or that they didn't commit. I do understand that. But if they brought back harsher punishments and stuff like that, the crime rate would definitely go down. We need to go back to the Wild West. They took care of stuff then. Granted, they probably got a lot of it wrong, but they still took care of stuff. But knowing me, they would change that law, and then they'd say that I did something that I didn't do, and then they lose their freedom. Yes, but what kind of life were they living? Most of them were drug users or living on the street. Here they have electricity. They have 3 meals a day. They have warmth. Well, some places don't. Some places they don't have air or um, heat. So, um, which honestly, give them a room and a mat for the floor, and give them water. And I lived on ramen noodles for a couple of weeks because that's all we could afford. Give them that. It's cheap. It'll fill them up. Exactly, Jen. Prison is a luxury for some of these people. And I have heard so many people. I know a lot of people that have been in prison. They'll get out and they'll do something right away, get sent right back to prison. And a lot of them will say, I don't know how to live on the outside world. I can't take care of myself on the outside world. I need to be in prison because then I can get fed. Then I can have a place to sleep. I have structure. A lot of these people cannot live outside of prison. Maybe not there. Maybe not there. And that's the way it should be here. But if you go watch y'all go watch a couple of them documentaries that I'm talking about. They, I watched one about this one news reporter went in to talk to all of them. And they get to adopt pets. You know, it's I don't know. It's just too much. It's too much. Stale bread and smothered in no milk. There you go. Yes, they get education. How many of our kids and teens graduate high school but can't afford to go to college? If they don't have a scholarship, they're not going. But yet our prisoners can get their education, can work a trade, can make money to spend in the commissary. They get to make phone calls. The people on death row get to make phone calls. You know, I, mm, I don't understand it. Gruel and tap water. There you go. Hi, Maddie. I love you. And hi, Walker, because I know you're there too. Love y'all. I bet they even get to, oh my Lord, Gary. I hope not. They don't deserve Twinkies. Exactly, Sam. And if you go watch, their sales are way bigger than the sales of other people. Let me fix that, ET. Now that I have a deal where I can get over there to it with my mouse. Um, but yeah, it's just much love to you too, Andre. Love you bunches. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. It's so no privileges at all. You should not be watching TV. You should not get magazines. Uh, oh, Jen, let me get involved. If you're gonna rewrite it, I want to be involved too, and I want to make their lives hell. This guy. Okay, so I'll say this part of it. If you want to go watch the documentary, I'll try to add the link in here somewhere. Um, this guy killed a woman and her, I believe she was 8-year-old daughter. He broke in, was going to rape the mother, saw the daughter, decided not to rape her, but realized the daughter and the mother had seen his face. So he sliced both their throats. Horrible, horrible way to die. And then left. He was caught because video cameras around the uh, neighborhood. Okay, Joyanne, prayers for your appointment. Love and hugs. Hi, Nicole. Oh, yes, that's another thing. They get pen pals. And you should see some of the stuff that they write in these things. All these cases that I read up on, they post pictures of stuff like that on there. And some of that's just gross. They should not be able to contact the outside world at all. If you kill somebody, your life should be over. It should be, and look at some of these people that witness these crimes. They get put into protective custody. They have to go on and have a new identity, not contact their family and stuff anymore. They get punished for something somebody else did, and then they get to go live and do whatever. They get to go and talk to their family every day. How is that fair? How is that right? I've never seen a judicial system so screwed up. And some of these prisons, they make some good food. I've seen several prisons on there that have chefs that have been arrested, and they are the ones that are put in the kitchen. I've seen them being barbers. They have barbershops there. Even the police officers go in and get their hair cut by them. This one guy was a murderer. He killed 2 people. He was a barber. The cop came in, or the guard came in and got his hair cut by him every week. And the cop's wife would talk to this guy and tell him how to cut her husband's hair. Like, what? It makes no sense. I'm sorry. I could rant on about this forever. Um, It's okay, ET. I've been planning on fixing everybody's deals as quickly as I could. Just usually I'm on my phone and I can't ever catch the names. But now I've got it brought up on my desktop behind me so I could do the pictures. So you're good. And have a blessed day and thank you so much. Yeah, I think I had too much coffee today. I'm gonna be going 90 to nothing. So I did get almost get a job. Hi Eli. But I've been trying to find something that my back can handle. Well, this job, they wanted to hire me, like right off the bat, but I had to be able to lift boxes that could, some of them could weigh anywhere from 50 to 70 pounds. Um, I know I look burly, but that ain't happening. And so I would have been unloading, um, and I can't do that, not with my back. So I'm gonna have to wait for something else. I have put in a crap ton of applications. I'm so tired of filling them out that I finally just made up a resume and I attached it to all the applications. Hi, Florna. How are you, sis? Yeah, it's all guys that work there. So it's a like a um, it's not really a factory, but kind of a factory, and they are needing somebody in the unloading, and I can't do that. Loading and unloading. A dock worker, I guess you could say. But I do have applications in everywhere else. And I did get called back from our grocery store here for the deli deal, but she's not hiring right now, but she wants me to stay available. Well, if I get another job, I'm getting another job. I ain't worried about. I'm not worried about waiting out and holding out for another job that may or may not come. So whatever comes first and that I can do, I'm done. We are still um, searching for assistance for Cody's wound care. So as of right now, I'm still doing his wound care. Um, we had to order a bunch more stuff for his legs, and they are actually looking pretty good now that he's been out of the truck. His leg swelling has gone down over half, um, and he still has his good days and bad days. Bad days, he's in a lot of pain. Good days, he's in a little bit of pain. So, so we're still trying to find a place to live as well. We really got to get out of the truck. It is way too hot, and you still have to put fuel in the truck so you can run it to keep the AC going. And if you know diesel right now, it's high. I'm praying that we can find some kind of something. I don't want to move our goal up on the GoFundMe, just because I know everybody right now is like dealing with a lot. So, bye Maddie, bye Kim, bye Walker. Love y'all. So we're trying, we're searching all kinds of stuff, and thank you to anybody that's been sending me ideas and things to look into. Unfortunately, Texas doesn't have a lot um, of financial assistance for him. We have even tried to file for Medicaid, but he is trying to file for disability. So um, he doesn't have an appointment until the end of this month for disability. And then you know how long that takes. It could take up to a year or so. Um, Debbie, I've looked into a lot of those things. People keep sending me online home stuff, but once I fill everything out, and then it takes me to these surveys deals, and you have to fill out surveys and do all this other crap, and then I start getting 5,000 emails from all these different companies. So I don't know which ones are legit and which ones aren't. I don't know. It's so much. It's so confusing sometimes. You never know what's a scam and what's not a scam anymore, and that's sad. That's very sad to say. So, how did everybody like the setup that I had today? Did y'all like the way I did the pictures and stuff, and then did it fill up the screen good? I do online surveys. They are hard work. Yes, they are. I filled out like 12 of them the other day, and it didn't do nothing. It kept sending me to different ones and more and more and more, and I was like, no, I ain't got time for this. So I need to find some legit ones. Sam sent me one too that I filled out, but I haven't heard anything back from it yet. So we'll see. Oh, that's a good idea, Debbie. Call the company itself. And you know, a lot of places don't do paper applications anymore. They give you a link to their website, and then you have to go to work opportunities, and then you have to like print out the application yourself or put it into a PDF editor, edit it, and then re-upload it. Um, which luckily I have all that on my computer and I can just do it like that. But I just made a resume and it has a place in most of them that says upload resume. So I made a resume and I just upload the resume. Swag Bucks is safe but hard work. Have you made like actual money from there? I don't mind hard work, but as long as I'm gonna get something at the end of it. Okay, I'll check it out, Florina. Do you have a link that would like give you credit or something for sharing it? Because if you do, you can post it in here because I'm sure a lot of people are interested. And maybe that'll make you some extra dough. I need to do that one where you make money by walking because I've been having a whole lot of trouble with my legs, with restless leg syndrome, and also my mind just went blank. My diabetes has started to affect my feet and my legs. Um, so I really need to start walking some and just try to see if that'll help my legs some. I can send you a referral. Hang on. Can you put it on here? Put it on here, Florina. That way everybody can, you can refer us all. I've just been so tired over the last few weeks. Um, we've been getting up early so we can come to my parents' house during the day so it's not so hot. And then we go to the truck later at night so it's not as hot. A couple of nights we stayed at Laney's. But we don't want to make a habit of that because they all have. So everybody grab that link that Florina put up. Let her be our referral. Um, I don't want to do that because they all have um, leases, and I don't want anybody getting kicked out. So thank you, Gary. I know, and that's the main reason why everybody's doing it is because they actually are pushing it out. The couple of live streams I did, the horizontal way, I only got like maybe 100, 150 views on it. The last couple of live streams I've done this way, I've gotten almost 300 or more. One night I got over 800, and then one night I got over 1,500 views. So I definitely want it to get pushed out there more, but I don't usually care for the vertical ones either because it does make it smaller, especially if you're on a phone. Um, but you got to do what you got to do to keep up with YouTube. Okay, thank you, Florina. I appreciate that. And everybody that wants to grab that link, go ahead. That way, Florina can get some referrals going. But as always, if you would like to donate to our GoFundMe, it is up. We are, I think, halfway to our goal. And we appreciate any bit. You can also go directly to PayPal. I've had a few people say that they don't do GoFundMe, but they would send to PayPal. I understand that completely. It's however works for you. But please continue to keep us in your prayers. We're getting there slowly, day by day. And this definitely helps me researching and doing stuff for the live streams. But I do want to let y'all know that I am going to try to be doing a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning live streams. Wednesday is going to be the coffee and conversation with the curious. Mondays will be the real first serial killers. And then Friday will be the true crime podcast, which, you know, true crime is going to be kind of all the way through it. Next Wednesday, I have something a little different to talk about. And so that's going to be fun. Not fun, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. The morning times I seem to get a few more people in. And it's the only time that I actually have that I can sit somewhere quietly and work on stuff or do a live stream. So I'm not saying you have to come to every single one of them, but if you want to, you're more than welcome, and we'd appreciate having you. And I hope y'all enjoyed this one. This one, like I said, it was going to be gross from the get-go. The guy was disgusting. The family was disgusting. And I pray for all the victims' families. It's just horrible. But I am going to get off here. Be watching for those details because I am going to post the schedule that I'm going to be making. And it's going to be a doozy. So y'all be ready for a lot of videos and live streams. And I appreciate you guys more than you will ever know. We love you guys. We hope you know that. And we will see you on the next one. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you go check out Lynn's short. Go to her short and check out the new one that she has. That way we can push it out for her on here. So, love you guys. Bye.